Hi there. Welcome to BSF Recovery Team. We got to get this thing up in the air so we can see why we can only turn right and not turn left very far. Well, it may have slipped, or it may be that we just put it on in the wrong spot last time. Nevertheless, I think we're going to have to start from scratch again. Whoops, wrong one. This one. Oh. That arm's a lot stouter than I thought. Well, I'll have to do a different way. There we go. The reason I'm taking that off is so we can turn it lock to lock and make sure that my U-joints aren't binding up on each other. See, I've broken that outer shaft a couple of times. I just want to make sure that I'm not binding on the U-joints. And I think I am, just a little bit. So, this side's not. But that means we have to adjust this side out to keep that one from binding. All right, now we'll see if that's enough. And it is. No grease. I don't know that that was what was making me break the outer shafts on this side, but it's a possibility. Okay, now we got to measure the stroke of our steering. And we can do that by going off of the spring here. 4.5. About 9 3/8. So that's 5 inches of stroke. We don't want any more than 5 inches of stroke on our ram. That's why I put these stops on here a couple years ago after the record games because I had more than 5 inches of stroke. So we put these hydraulic stops on there to give me what I think was 5 inches of stroke. It's been so long, I don't really remember. That's why we're doing it from scratch now. Okay, we got the ram extended now. And let's measure. $21 3/4. Okay, we got it retracted against the stops. 17 3/4. Okay, well that's 4 inches of stroke. So that means that we can probably take one of these out, I think. How wide are these? Oh, they are 1/2 inches wide, 1/2 inch wide. So, theoretically, we could take them both out. Well, I certainly can't get that loose. So it looks like we're gonna have to take the whole ram off and put it in the vise and try and get it loose that way. Hasn't been that clean since I put it on. There we go. Okay, we got one off. There we go. All right, that should give us our 5-inch stroke. Now, before I put that back on, when I originally put this hydraulic assist steering on, we welded these on, but if you notice, this end of the ram is a little bit lower than the tie rod. And I think that's what's given me the rocking of the tie rod as it goes back and forth. In theory, if it is in line with the tie rod, then it just pushes straight and doesn't rock it back and forth. So now would be a good time to try that theory out. Cut this bracket off and weld a new one on a little bit taller. Now we gotta clean it up. Might as well get rid of this too. Oh, lots of grinding to do. Lot of grinding. Is it time to go in for dinner? Well, it's the next day. It's time to do more grinding so we can get the crossover and high steer and hydraulic assist all dialed in on this truck.
Blake will come out tomorrow.
Okay.
He's working on a project, but he'll be out tomorrow.
All right.
I'm gonna take Abby to Murphy Meadows so she can go to work.
All right.
All right. I'll see you. I shut the ribs off. Yeah, I'm making you ribs.
Okay.
So I shut them off.
All right.
So I'll see you when I get back. I'm gonna get back on.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too. Oh, wow, that was a lot. Well, we gotta build a new, only taller. I think we need to fire up the CAD program. Cardboard aided design. So we gotta be that tall. About 1.25 inches wide. We'll make it 1.5 inches. About 1.75 inches deep. And about 4 inches wide at the bottom. You know, I'm probably doing all this for nothing. It's probably still gonna rock back and forth. In theory, it won't, because if we put the ram in perfect line with the tie rod, then it doesn't push up or it doesn't push down, in theory. But we all know how theory works. Okay. All right. That looks a little extra tall, which will be fine because then we can grind it off. First thing we got to do is cut a square edge. Okay, now Draw our outline. And we get to cut that. And then our next one, it'll be like that. There's one. All right, now we gotta drill a hole. Need a bigger hole than that. There we go. Okay. There's our spacing. Well, it's a little bit too tall, but that's all right because we made it that way. We can grind it down. I don't know. Could go down just a hair more. Well, I think that's spot on. So we'll weld her on, see what happens. Oh, look at that. We got rust coming out of a U-joint. That means we'll have to replace that. Okay, now we can put our ram in. All right, it's all the way left. Ram's bottomed out. So the stroke in our ram is 5 inches. We have 5 inches of movement on our tie rod. That should center it. We should have equal steering left and right. And hopefully the ram won't be twisting the tie rod. But unfortunately, I just got called in for dinner. So thanks for watching, BSF Recovery Team. Keep wheeling, be safe out there, and maybe we'll see you in the woods. Yeah, time to go in for dinner.